If Darren Star wants to keep putting Carrie Bradshaw on my screen, I'll always happily watch her, but I'm still mourning the loss of Star's underrated show, Uncoupled. From a longevity standpoint, the 2022 Netflix series was a rare misfire for Star, as, in comparison, and just like that Season 3 will premiere on May 29, 2025, and shows no signs of slowing down. The Sex and the City sequel series catches up with Carrie and the girls, sans Samantha, in their 50s. Things take a turn for the tragic when Big dies in episode 1, leaving Carrie a widow. Again, I'll watch any SATC property Star produces, but there's no denying that and Just Like That doesn't have the same spark as the flagship series. Despite its success, many criticize the revival as simply cashing in on successful IP. On the other hand, Uncoupled, created by Star and Jeffrey Richman, was a totally original idea. A romantic comedy series, the Uncoupled cast is led by Neil Patrick Harris as Michael Lawson, a successful NYC real estate agent whose world is rocked when his partner of 17 years abruptly dumps with him. Cancelled after one season, Uncoupled deserves another shot. Uncoupled proves why Neil Patrick Harris is one of TV's best leading men. He's selfish but lovable, a classic Darren Star protagonist. Neil Patrick Harris was casting gold as Uncoupled's protagonist, Michael. Harris stole every scene he was in his best-known project, How I Met Your Mother, but while it took multiple seasons to peel back the layers of vulnerability beneath Barney Stinson's womanizing, suit-wearing exterior, he immediately bears his soul when he gets to step into the role of leading man. Michael is hardly 100% likable, and his selfishness is alarmingly apparent right from the start. Uncoupled's pilot episode sees Michael throwing his partner, Colin Tuc Watkins, a surprise 50th birthday party so lavish it would make Jay Gatsby blush, despite Colin saying he didn't want to make a fuss about the milestone. Yes, I found myself screaming at my TV at Michael's actions, but how boring would it be if Harris's character were perfect? Plus, narcissistic protagonists are a staple of Darren Star shows. Carrie Bradshaw is a glaring example, but also think about Emily Cooper in Emily in Paris, a far more successful Netflix series than Uncoupled. Like these two characters, Michael is on a romantic coming-of-age journey, and it's a heartwarming experience watching him evolve and become a better person, and it's all anchored by Harris's nuanced, winning performance. Why Uncoupled was cancelled twice, explained. The 2023 WGA strike was the final nail in the coffin. Neil Patrick Harris looking shocked in Uncoupled. Typically, Netflix announces its series renewals shortly after the release of the latest season, so when they stayed mum on Uncoupled for months after its Season 1 premiere in July 2022, things weren't looking good. It turns out that Uncoupled fans had reason to worry, as the show was officially cancelled in January 2023. While the Neil Patrick Harris series achieved favorable critical reception, it failed to stay in Netflix's top 10 list, only achieving the number 6 spot for 1 week. Its lack of sustained buzz is likely why Netflix pulled the plug. However, in a reversal of fortune, just 1 month later in February 2023, Showtime announced that they were saving the show, and that Uncoupled Season 2 was officially happening. Alas, the good news would be short-lived. Though Uncoupled was scheduled to start filming Season 2 in July 2023, the Writers Guild of America strike squashed those plans, and production was halted in June 2023. Despite both the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes ending in 2023, Showtime ultimately reversed its decision to proceed with Uncoupled Season 2, and the network officially cancelled the show on March 10, 2024. There's been no update since, but it doesn't look like Uncoupled will be getting its Cinderella ending anytime soon, if ever. What really makes Uncoupled's second cancellation so disappointing is that it's also no longer accessible on streaming, on either Netflix or Paramount Plus, who owns Showtime. If we can't get Uncoupled Season 2, we should at least have access to the spectacular first season. And just like that, fans would like Uncoupled even more. It has all the trappings of a Darren Star series. When it premiered in 2021, and just like that felt a little bit tired, and it hasn't really been successful in picking up steam. If anything, it's resorted to frustrating storylines to stay relevant, like Carrie thinking she was wrong to be with Big instead of Aiden, and agreeing to wait 5 years while he raises his kids. Still, there's no denying that it's fun to be back in Carrie's world full of designer shoes, glamorous restaurants, and overall sophisticated NYC life.